Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing this super easy everyday makeup look. So let's get right into the video. So I already went ahead and prepped my face with this Triple Bounce serum and the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Moisturizer by e.l.f. Now we're going to go into primer, and I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer Plus 4% niacinamide. I think I got the word now. So I just like to use like a pump and a half, and then I'll rub it against my fingers. And then I'm just gonna pat this into the areas where I crease. So while this dries up, I'm going to go into my eyebrows, and I'm going to be using the NYX Brow Glue just to really shape them up and have them stay put. So what I like to do is brush them the opposite way and then upwards or sideways just to get them back into place. And then again, same for the other eyebrow. I'll brush it the opposite way and then back into place, just like that. So by now the gripping primer should be dry. So now we're going to go into the setting spray, and for the setting spray I like to use this Maybelline Lasting Fix. So we're just going to spray this all over the face. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up the drying time on the setting spray, so I'll just be using my beauty fan. So I'm going to go ahead and just carve out my eyebrows a bit. So I'm going to be going in with this Maybelline Superstay concealer and a flat brush, and then I'm just going to pick up product on the flat brush just lightly and then start shaping the eyebrows. And then I'll just bring down any product just so that it's not like super harsh. Well, a harsh line. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same on the top of the eyebrows. Just grab a little bit of product and start shaping the top also. So for like an everyday makeup, I like to use just a small amount of product for the eyebrows, just because it basically, at least to me, it cuts down the time and the amount of product that I use. So like, they're nice and shaped. They're not like super dramatically shaped. They're good. They're good. So now for my ojeras for my under eyes, I'm going to be going in with this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. This is in the shade 150. It is the neutralizer, and basically it just neutralizes the darkness under my eyes. So I'll just put a little bit, and then picking up this Flower concealer brush, I'm just going to pat this into the under eye. And now we're going to go into the foundation. For the foundation, for an everyday makeup look, I like to use this Maybelline 24 Hour Skin Tint. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit and put that on the forehead, on this side, other side. I'll do some down the nose first, and then on the chin. And then any like leftover product that gets on the little thing, I'm just going to place this in the other areas of my face. And then to pat this in, I'm going to be going in with this blending sponge. And then I'm just going to start patting this into the skin. And I am going to be avoiding my under eyes. I always tend to avoid my under eyes just because I'm going to be going in with concealer there. And I just don't want so much product right there, because I already did go in with the neutralizer. So just avoid the under eye. And then we're also going to drag this down to the neck. So now we're going to go into the concealer, and again, I'm going to be picking up the Maybelline Super Stay Concealer. And all I'm going to do is put like a little bit right here, and then on the outer corner, right here, outer corner, and then some on the forehead, down the nose, Cupid's bow, and the chin. And then I do like to put some just like along the side of the nose. And I'm going to put just like a little bit right here. So now we're going to let this sit on the skin for about 30 seconds, and that way the concealer can really get into the skin and we can look nice and bright. So now I'm going to start patting this into the skin, and you want to make sure that your beauty blender is nice and damp. We're just going to start patting this in. I like to go from the bottom up and then sideways. So I do my eyes last all the time, just so that they're the brightest. And just make sure that you get into the side of the nose. And then now I'll go into the eyes. Now anything that's left over on the blending sponge, I'm just going to bring that up to my eyelids. And again, just go over the under eye just to make sure that there's no creases. And now I'm going to go into this cream bronzer. It's technically a contour stick. However, it is warm enough to use as a bronzer stick. So I'm just going to grab this and put it on my forehead, right on the cheekbones, and then a little bit like on the tip of the nose, just anywhere that the sun's gonna naturally hit. And then picking up the Real Techniques 206 contour brush, I'm gonna be using this to blend out the cream bronzer. So when I get to this, like to the cheekbone part, I kind of like to bring it to the side of the eyebrow. So I'm basically just connecting it all like this. And then so same for the other side. I like to blend out the cream bronzer and then connect it just so that it's not like, you know, like brown, white, brown. And then on the nose. So now I'm going to go into my under eyes one more time, just without adding more product to the blending sponge, just to make sure that there's no creases in the under eye before we go ahead and set it with the setting powder. So there we go. And for the setting powder, for an everyday look, I like to use this Wet n Wild contour palette. All this is contour, isn't it? But it's like warm enough to use just as bronzer. So I'm going to pick up this powder puff and go into the banana color. And I'm going to swirl this on the back of my hand because I do not want to put the setting powder right on. That'll make you look super cakey. However it looks like on the powder puff, that's how it's going to look on the under eye. So now I'll go into the under eye. And then also set the lids because we did put the leftover concealer on there. So one more time, going into the banana color and swiping any excess on the back of my hand and going right into the under eye. And again, just setting the lid. So I'm actually going to pick up this Real Techniques setting brush. This is the number 402. And I just want to show you guys that you can use either a powder puff. You can also use a blending sponge, or you can use a brush. So I just picked up some of that banana color on the brush, tapping off any excess, and then I'm just going to set again wherever we put the concealer. So down the nose, Cupid's bow, and then the chin also. So you can use whatever tool you want. Just make sure that you're tapping off any excess, swirling off any excess. Otherwise, it's just going to look super cakey. So now going back into the Wet n Wild contour palette, I'm going to pick up this Real Techniques 204 brush. This is a buffing brush, but I'm going to use it for my bronzer. And we're just going to pick up that brown in the palette. And again, you want to tap off any excess, and then we're going to put this on the areas that we put the cream bronzer. And I like to tap it in. I don't really like to swipe it so much just because I feel like sometimes it takes off the foundation. Like maybe I do it too like hard, I don't know. We're gonna put some here. And then just go over again all together. There we go. So I'm gonna pick up the Real Techniques 402 setting brush again. And I'm just gonna basically like swipe off the under eye powder, just like whatever, because you can still have like some extra product on there. Not like a crazy amount, but just to make sure that that it doesn't end up like being super cakey, because we're about to go into the setting spray. So again, with the Maybelline Lasting Fix setting spray, I'm going to go ahead and lock in all the powders. And again, with the Beauty Fan, helping the drying time. So I think I'm going to put a little bit of like brown on the eyelid, like on the crease mainly, just to give my eye some depth. So picking up again the Wet n Wild contour palette and this EcoTools blurring brush. I'm going to add this to my crease. Another good brush to use for just like a quick color is this Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush. It's just a bigger brush and it just basically gets it all done. But this EcoTools one is just like a little bit more pointier. Well, it actually is a lot more pointier. But I just want to really create some like depth in the eye, so I'll just add that there. And then any leftover, I'm just going to put that on my lid. So basically with like an everyday makeup look, I want to just minimize the amount of products that I use. So this has been setting powder, bronzer, eye color, and now we're going to go into eyeliner. For the eyeliner, I'm going to be using this Maybelline Tattoo Ink eyeliner pen. Let me grab a mirror and I'm just going to go ahead and start doing my eyeliner. So I can never talk through eyeliner, but I'm going to try so that I can tell you guys how I do mine. So I just find the end of like the top eyelid and like the bottom eyelid, so like the water lines basically, and then I just like flick upwards like that. Oh god. And then I'll bring the product this way. And then I'll go to not the inner corner, but just before the inner corner and bring it the opposite way. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same for the other eye, and then I'll be back. So now my eyeliner is done, and now we're going to go in to curl the lashes. So let's curl the lashes. So this is the e.l.f. Pro lash curler, and it just says to hold for 10 seconds. Like, just hold. However, I like to squeeze. I don't know what the difference is. I mean, I don't know. So curl, and then curl. And then for the mascara, we're going to go into this Maybelline Falsies Surreal. This is the waterproof version. I heard that the regular version is much better, so I think I'm going to pick that up next time that I'm in the store and test it out, because with the waterproof one, like, I get it, it's waterproof, but the cleaners that I have, like the makeup cleaners that I have, and like face washes, say that they take off waterproof makeup, and none of them have worked. Like, well, I mean, they work, but like I have to do, like, I'll use the CeraVe oil cleanser, and so that one says that it removes even waterproof makeup, and it doesn't. Like, well, it takes off the other makeup, but whenever I use this mascara, it doesn't take it off. So then I'll go in with the Neutrogena, like, micellar water, and that one says that it removes even stubborn waterproof makeup or something like that. And it still doesn't. Like, I have to go over it twice. So I'm hoping that maybe the regular, I'm sure the regular one will be much easier to take off. I just like waterproof things, like, because, you know, if you're out and it's hot, or if it's raining, you just don't want your makeup to run. So, like, I really like waterproof things, but this one is just like too hard to take off. I don't know why. Like, in a way, that's a good thing, but maybe Maybelline should make like a cleaner, like a eye makeup remover. They probably have one. I just haven't really looked at it. Okay. So we're all done with that. So now we're going to go into the lipstick. For the lipstick, for an everyday lipstick, I like to use this Superstay Vinyl Ink lipstick. This is in the shade 120 Punchy, and basically you have to shake it up. Like, it says to shake it for 5 seconds, because this is like transfer proof. So I'm sure that there's something in there that makes it transfer proof. And another good thing, like I said, you want to, for like an everyday makeup look, I personally like to reduce the amount of products that I use. So with this one, the tip is so firm that, and like pointy, that I don't need to go in with a lip liner. This is my lip liner and lipstick. So we'll go ahead and start lining the lips. And it doesn't like bleed either. Because I know that there's some like long wearing lipsticks that, yes, they are long wearing, but they bleed. So like I've used them and like on the bottom part, um, it bleeds and it just looks terrible. It looks bad. So finally, we're gonna go ahead and spray the face one more time with the setting spray. All right, you guys, and that is all for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all on my next video. Bye.